Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be going over a bullish opening range breakout that you could have taken on Wednesday, the 19th of November. So step one to this strategy is I'm looking for a 15-minute fair value gap, right? So for those who don't know how I find my fair value gaps, that is my fair value gap in blue, right? So what you can see here is the candle of this wick and the candle of this wick don't touch each other. So this is the FVG that I'm using, and my key level is just the candle before the fair value gap, right? So that's in gray. Now, once I have my key level, I'm looking for an entry at market open, right? So if we go to the 1 minute chart, I'm now waiting patiently for market open, and I'm not looking to take any trades before market open, right? So the first thing I'm looking for is the first 5 minutes, right? So we have our opening range breakout that was just over here. So this is 9:30 to about 9:35 Eastern. So this was the opening range like this. Now, once we have our opening range breakout, right, we can see price doesn't really come back and test the low. We break above the high. Now, the question is, this key level is very important when it comes to taking the actual trades, right? So this is what we're going to be focusing on. So if we just kind of dive into these candles over here and go into the order flow, this is where we're going to be diving in, right? So between ES levels 66.60 and 66.50 again, what we can see is a lot of aggressive buyers over here, right? So these three candles, 1, 2, and 3, were very telling in the order flow. Now, again, for traders who don't understand how I pair order flow with the actual strategy, this is basically how I do it, right? So this is what you're looking for. So the first candle enters, right? And we're only interested in the price action between the top and the bottom of the zone, right? That is a very important distinction, right? So you're only interested in what was going on in this region, right? So again, if we take this again, step by step, candle by candle, we are looking to see what can happen. So either we retest and break below, or we retest and break above. Now, in order for us to get this right, we need to use the order flow, right? There's no way around this. So these are the three candles we're going to be focusing on, right? So 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to label it over here. Now, what was going on over here? So I'm going to label this in red, and this is where we use the order flow. So with order flow, what we're looking for is, here we have negative delta, right? So if I zoom into the candles, we see 160 for 17, then we see 17 for 0, then we see 70 for 27. So in this case, we can see a lot of negative delta, and the market breaks above our zone, right? So negative delta, then we break above the zone. So the question is, were these aggressive sellers successful, right? Was the market able to break below the zone? Well, not really, right? Because we wicked below the zone and we closed with a body. So this is how I confirm the opening range breakout, and this is actually how I confirm the levels, right? So you could have taken a long position from here, stop loss below here, because sellers here were trapped, which means buyers were in control. So it's a safe place to keep your stop loss. So if you're struggling to trade the opening range breakout, I do recommend you take it a bit slowly and you use order flow to your advantage.